Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I invented Omegle.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I am the stranger that's just left.
You disconnected.
Disconnected.
Shit. Collectively, we are the Office Blokes.
Yes,
we
we
are
are.
the single fastest growing reaction channel within a half-mile radius of our office. We're expanding. We're getting bigger.
Further than half a mile out.
Yep, and collectively we have a
Patreon channel. So go and have a look at patreon.com, put in Office Blokes Reacts, and we've got loads of different tiers there, starting just £1.50. We've got block content, early access, exclusive stuff.
Nudes.
So, yep, loads of stuff on there already. So
just like the UK, innit? We got tiers.
Yeah.
loads of tiers.
Tier 3.
I'm in
Yep.
tier 2. I'm not supposed to associate with you people.
I'm
You
tier
tier 3
3.
is.
We're in 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we're getting promoted to tier 2.
About time as well. That's what I say.
We're going up, we're going down.
So a lot of our viewers are Americans.
Yes,
and we're having a
indeed,
lot of
yeah.
interaction with people. Shout out all our American fans.
Yep.
Fans, American watchers.
Well, I don't know. We must have
fans.
we've got like fans now.
Yeah.
haven't we?
Fans on the
but
OnlyFans
surely.
channel.
We're getting nice comments. Not only
We are.
fans.
Yeah.
Only one fan, maybe.
Get some great comments.
Yeah. And average American versus average British person. I like to think of myself as far above average, so I'm not sure how this is going to relate to me. So, should we get into it now and see?
Yeah.
Is that you, Dave?
This could be
Third
anything,
one
this,
along
couldn't it?
with the British flag.
Yeah, the purple t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'd never wear
Yeah.
green pants and a purple t-shirt.
Two of the closest allies in the world today are the United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain, with both countries considering their bilateral partnership to be the strongest of bonds. The British-American bloodline runs deep, with millions of Americans identifying themselves as having either English, Scottish, Welsh, or Scotch-Irish ancestry. Given these close ties, we thought it would be fun to compare these two powerful nations in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average Brit. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. First of all, we should explain what the United Kingdom of Great Britain is, as it's often an area of confusion. When we talk about the UK, we are referring to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is a sovereign state consisting of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The average Brit we are discussing today is someone from the UK. In terms of ancestral relations, according to a Census Bureau American Community Survey, nearly 27 million people identified as being part English, over 5.5 million said Scottish, about 5 million said Scotch-Irish, and nearly 2 million said Welsh. Although
What, Scotch? Scotch is a
Scotch
whiskey.
egg. You never had a Scotch egg. So
You
that-
call a Scottish guy Scotch and see what happens.
Call him a jock. So, in a country of, let me do it quickly, in a country of 360 million, 40 million of them claim to have British heritage. I think you might be deluding yourselves a little bit. I think it's more like half.
No.
It's quite a lot, isn't it?
It's a
I would
lot.
guess.
No, you get
Yeah.
a lot. You get a lot of.
I suppose there's a lot of Hispanics as well, isn't there?
You
Yeah.
get a lot of Italian, German.
Yeah, true.
It's not
Italian.
just, you're
Hey,
not just talking
yo, what do you mean?
European ancestry. You're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking. This is just British, who classify themselves as British
Yeah.
ancestry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's probably
true.
about right. This guy's obviously done his research. No, he's not just
Yeah,
making
that's
it
what I
up.
was going to say.
I'm just here to
we're
poke holes in.
We're just guessing.
Irish and German Americans make up larger portions of the US public, it's thought there are a lot more Americans that have Brit blood flowing through their veins but no longer consider themselves being anything other than a full-blooded American. With this in mind, we'll start with some comparisons of a physical nature. The average Brit stands just a fraction taller than the average American, with the BBC lately reporting that the average man in the UK is now 5 feet 10 inches and the average woman is 5 feet 5 inches.
Oh, hi, right.
My kids are American. They have American passports.
They're both born there.
Both born there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Both are American, but with British heritage.
How tall are you?
Yeah.
5'9".
How tall are you?
About the same.
Fair enough.
How tall are you?
6'2". So I average us out to
5'10".
They're right then.
American men average 5 feet 9.5 inches, and American women 5 feet 3.5 inches. Both countries are considered to be not so well proportioned when compared to other more developed nations, with a new report from the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation stating that the USA is in 18th place on the world's most obese nations list. Only Egypt was the other populous nation in the top 20 countries, which was filled mostly by countries in the South Pacific. The UK, however, might also need to get in shape, with reports stating that obesity is a national tragedy, and that by 2025, the UK will be the fattest country in Europe. According to the Centers for Disease Control,
What year?
2025.
That's 5 years away.
Yeah. I don't
I have
agree.
no idea.
But then I've not been to much of Europe for a good few years, so I can't comment. I don't think we're an out of shape nation, really. Too much.
No, I think
Everyone's carrying a little bit, but no one's like.
yeah.
I've travelled all over, and I can say that we are an overweight nation.
Really?
Yeah, compared to some nations you go to. Just what it is, but in England we become very complacent.
Well, the weather's crap, so you put a jumper on, so you don't need a six-pack.
I think it tends to be the more affluent areas as well become a bit more like that. I think the richer nations, I think like that because they do let themselves go. There's more excesses, eating more bad foods and stuff like that.
You don't have to do anything now to get anything right now. I can order something now, don't matter what it is. I can order a TV. I can have it delivered here in 5 minutes. A TV.
Yeah,
years ago you have to wait in 2 weeks for that, and you don't get it yourself. Or whatever.
You don't get fat from eating a TV though.
You get fat for what's on the TV to tell you what to eat. Watching the TV, watching all the shite that goes on there.
Well, a lot of it's online shopping. A lot of people don't physically go out as much as they do shopping. That's safe for anything.
I get everything delivered.
If they took the calories out of booze, then we'd drop right down though.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's not food that's doing it for us.
Diet wine.
Yeah.
And Prevention's latest report, the average American male is now 195.7 pounds, and the average woman is 168.5 pounds. The average British man is 186.2 pounds, and the average woman is 154 pounds. Does the fact both countries are perhaps on the heavy side influence life expectancy? American men on average will live to 77.11 years, and American women 81.94. Citizens of the United Kingdom can expect to clock out at a similar age on average, with male life expectancy standing at 79.1 and female life expectancy 82.8. The median age, meaning half the country is older and half...
Where do you get them names from, though?
I was just
Are they
thinking
typical English names, Charles and Emma?
Yeah.
Maybe, yes,
Not Charles. When was the last time you met someone called Charles?
Prince Charles. Going to be the King of England.
When was the last time you met Prince Charles?
I've met him about 1986.
So...
No, 88.
34 years. 30.
I'd say it was a pretty British name, no Charles.
Yeah, I know a few Charlies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Emma. Although I don't think Michael's particularly American, though.
Charlie Sloth.
No, I'm not.
Charlie Sloth.
The country younger is 37.8 in the USA for men and women, and right on 40 in the UK. Which country is making more babies at the moment? Current statistics state that the US and UK are similar here, with births per woman in America averaging 1.84 and in the UK 1.9. Marriage rates have decreased in many developed nations over the last few decades. According to the CDC, in 2015, 6.8 people per 1,000 of the total population tied the knot in the USA, while in the UK that number was 4.5 per 1,000. Around 42% of UK marriages end in divorce, with almost half of US marriages ending the same way. On that sobering note, we'll take a look at money matters. In terms of industry, both nations are considered champions of the world, but according to the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the USA citizen grosses a higher salary than the average UK person. The average gross salary in the USA was the 5th highest in the world at $4,893 per month, while the UK sat in 14th place on the list with an average of $3,461 per month. In terms of...
Wonder when this was made, because they brought in that national living wage and then kept putting it up, didn't they?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but the national living wage isn't that much.
Yeah, no, but if it's an average wage, then the bottom line is going to affect the average.
Bottom line's going to be higher, isn't it?
Right,
So, definitely.
Yeah.
Cost of living, Americans might need a few extra dollars, with one report putting the USA in 18th place in the world on a cost of living index and the UK in 29th place. We must also note that cost of living and wages can change dramatically from city to city. If we take a look at the economics Big Mac index, we find that the cost of a Big Mac in the US is $5.06, while the Brits only pay $3.73. At the same time, the index shows someone in London has to work on average 1 minute longer than someone in New York to buy the same burger. At the high end of the earnings scale, the US is home to the richest man on the planet, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, whose fortune amounts to around $87 billion. The richest person in the UK is actually listed as two brothers, who are part of the Hinduja family. Their net worth is around $16.9 billion, according to Forbes.
This must be old, because isn't Jeff Bezos on like 150
he?
million
Jeff
billion?
Jeff Bezos is the world's richest man, I believe.
Yeah, he's on track to become a trillionaire, isn't he? But Jeff Bezos isn't American. Not a lot of people know this, and it's not a conspiracy.
Not a lot of people know that.
Not a lot of people know that. It's not a conspiracy whatsoever. It's proven that he's an alien.
Total, there are 134 billionaires based in the UK, according to the Sunday Times, while the USA has the most billionaires in the world at 565. What do Americans and Brits get for all their hard work? Well, the Brits don't work as hard, according to one study that divided the total number of hours actually worked by the average number of people in employment per year. The USA was 16th on the list at 34.40 hours per week, and the UK was 24th on the list at 32.25 hours per week. The Brits also get more time off, with workers by law given 5.6 weeks of paid vacation time per year. In the US, there is no such law, and paid time off is an agreement made between the
5.6 weeks paid vacation. It's 28 days. Which is 4 or 5 weeks, isn't it? It's 28 days paid vacation you get in the UK.
Right.
And it's never been more than that.
No.
Fair enough.
So there's one. And the work week. I guess we work above average, our work week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we
at
do,
34.5 hours, aren't we, in our office?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. What about if you count Office Blokes Reacts on top of that, though?
About
Working
60.
hard, putting in the
Double
hours.
it.
Triple it.
employer and the employee. The average paid days off in the US is said to be about 10 days, with that number increasing with the number of years in a certain job. The UK has less public holidays though, at 8 days, with the US enjoying 10 national public holidays. Americans may work harder, but they also seem to be getting more for their buck. While the British public have been dealing with drastically increasing property prices, they also live in very small abodes. Studies have found that Britain's houses on average are some of the smallest in Europe at around 818 square feet. American citizens on average can enjoy much larger living areas, with the average house size being around 2,160 square feet. The US also has more in terms of vehicle.
That's a big difference in
Massive
house
difference.
size.
Yeah.
But I would argue that a lot of buildings in this country have been there for 200-300 years. It's not uncommon. So I think house sizes are kind of set more based off the size houses were
Yeah.
a couple of 100 years ago.
Oh, definitely.
Whereas when you're building a country from scratch, you can look at a bit of land and go,
It's
"Let's put a massive
historical,
house there."
and a lot of it comes from the cotton mills and that, doesn't it? Where we have terraced houses, built thousands and thousands of houses that size, and sort of became the norm throughout the country, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of it stems from, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't give a
we
shit.
used
If
to
you live in a
expose, aren't
small
we?
house and you want a bigger house, move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the answer.
It's not all about having a big house, though,
No.
is it?
No, not at all.
America is third on the list of number of vehicles owned per 1,000 people at 797, excluding motorcycles and anything else on two wheels. The UK lies in 34th place on the same list with 519 vehicles per 1,000 people. Rising property prices, expensive cars. What does this mean in terms of borrowing money? Household debt statistics, which is measured by all money owed to financial institutions, whether it be for a house or a BMW, has both the UK and the US in the top 10 countries of the world. For 2016, the UK was in 6th place on the household debt list, and the US not far behind in 7th place. UK citizens looking for a higher education and a good start in life might also have to take on a lot of debt before they actually embark on a career. While much of Europe enjoys a free ride or low-cost higher education, England is now said to be the most expensive place in the world to get a college degree. The latest reports state UK nationals attending an English university can expect annual tuition to be $11,715 compared to the $9,410 Americans pay on average per year. On average, the class of 2016 in the USA owed around $37,172 in loans, while students graduating from a university in England could expect to owe as much as something in the region of $40,000 to $55,000. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland all have cheaper university tuition fees, or no tuition fee for Scottish people studying in Scotland.
That is an absolute scandal, isn't it? It really is. To think that you're in 40 to 55 grand's worth of debt by the time you leave university.
Yeah.
It's like that in
That's
pounds now, though.
That's a lot.
That amount is now pounds.
It's shocking.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
55 grand
Yeah.
pounds sterling.
That's a lot of money, isn't it? Hell of a lot of money.
Even when I went to uni, it was $3,000 a year. You know, and I came away with like $9,000 of tuition fees and then
Yeah.
everything else on top of it. But that's just crazy money.
So since you've been, it's gone up like
It's tripled.
300%. Tripled.
Yeah, it's tripled. $9,000 a year
Unbelievable.
now. It's like
Massive rise,
$9,500 a
isn't
year.
it?
Yeah, shocking. Really is.
And is the education any different
No.
to what you got? Probably not.
Still just as outdated because
It
they
is
can't
outdated.
update curriculums as fast as technology and things are and industries are
The
updated.
thing is that gets me is that more and more people are going to university as well, aren't they? Over the last 10, 15 years, I guess. I think it's gone up massively.
There's less
Absolutely.
jobs for young people though, so you go to
Exactly.
uni for 3 years, you don't have to get a job, and you're putting off the inevitable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shocking though.
Students may still have to borrow to study, though, with a recent report by the Student Loans Company stating the average student debt in Northern Ireland and Scotland was around $26,000 and $15,000 respectively. The Welsh have part of their tuition fees paid for by the Welsh government, but students still rack up debts on average of around $24,000. UK citizens may take some comfort in matters of healthcare, with most costs covered by Britain's National Health Service. Americans are not so fortunate, with an article in The Atlantic this year stating that more than a quarter of Americans said that someone in their household was struggling to pay off crushing medical debts. With that, we come to the end of today's show. Head on over to the comments section to let us know which...
That's the health insurance thing gets me with America. Well,
It's a big thing over there, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. To think that people get cancer and have to sell the house to pay for their treatment and stuff.
Yeah.
If they don't have insurance, yeah.
If they don't have insurance.
It's what insurance
insurance
like over there?
It depends on what coverage you've got and
Yeah.
what condition you're in as well. But we have the NHS, which we pay into as well, don't forget.
Oh, yeah. No.
You're paying towards it. You're paying your contributions towards it. Now, it might not be as much as what you'd pay in an insurance policy, but it probably isn't much different. It's not miles behind.
So if we took our national insurance out of our wages every month and
paid
just
it as
paid
insurance
that in a private policy instead.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be much different.
Wow.
Big.
Yeah, never considered it like
if you got, I mean, when Gaynor gave birth to the kids in America, for example, the room we were in was like a hotel suite.
Yeah.
So it had everything in one. You're in the room on your own. There's not like you go in a ward here in the NHS and he's 10 of you in the ward.
Yeah.
And you're next to the guy who's coughing his guts up and you've only got a cold.
Yeah.
Both of my kids were born in private rooms on the NHS.
Yeah.
Like there was no, because I know there are shared delivery suites.
But then they moved from that private room to a like an area, like a ward.
You know what?
You're not in America, you see. You're not.
That
Just
ward,
off your own room.
That ward, just the one room on the ward, probably had another 10 mums with brand new babies, just with a curtain in between them.
See, I've had private medical insurance overseas, not in America, but in other countries, where I had a serious issue. So I got rushed to hospital, and when I went in, I had a private room all the way through. That when I went down to step down, I was in a private room. It's like a suite, but I had to pay for medical insurance.
Yeah.
But it was 5-star living.
Yeah.
How much does like the equivalent in this country if you went with Bupa or something?
Depends again. It depends on your condition you're in. You can get a policy for, you can pay £100 a month, or you can pay £600 a month.
I must admit, I think I prefer the fact that we've got the NHS.
I do.
And we pay, because I mean, if you lose your job or if you're in income support or anything happens to you, you know, you don't have to pay it, but you still get exactly the same treatment as everyone else, don't you? Which is brilliant.
Well, something a lot of people don't talk about though is the NHS is, I think it's the 5th or 4th biggest employer in the world. Is it the 3rd biggest employer in the world? So it's not just paying into a system; it's employing, I think, 1.5 million people in this country. So it isn't just a case of it's free for everyone. Yeah. It's creating industry, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's not just free; it's frigging good as well.
Yeah, but you still have to pay to park outside it.
Not in Wales.
Damn.
No, not in Wales. No, we don't. When we go and visit Wales, we don't have to pay there, do we?
No. No.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you like that little bit of change of direction, bit of a comparison. It's a little bit. I think it's a little bit old, that, but you get the gist.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, and all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.